One life, one mind, one shot. If you're looking for positive energy, if you're looking to succeed in life, and you're tired of searching for the right people to help you, stop your search right now. My name is Dr. Ahmed, and I'm a life coach. Hi, my name is Dr. Ahmed, and I'd like to share a small but powerful true story with you. It was about 3 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, and this young gentleman walked in. He was our 9th patient. He was a new patient, so obviously this was his first session. After graduating from medical school, I was studying to become a licensed psychiatrist, and during that time, in my free time, I worked for a psychiatrist. I was basically shadowing him, and he taught me a lot. One of the rules of psychiatry that he taught me was that you never take your eyes off a patient, especially a new patient, once he walks into your room, because every move counts. The second thing is that close observation is the key not only to a proper diagnosis, but proper treatment as well. So I was following the book, and I did exactly what he said, and I noticed this young man's behavior as he entered the room. Number one, what I noticed was his sluggish behavior, how when he came in, his sluggish posture, his sluggish behavior, and how he closed the door very calmly. And then he came and he was standing, and then he was waiting to be asked to be seated, very polite. He sat down, and then I noticed his clothes. His clothes were very wrinkled, and it looked like he slept in the same clothes for the past 2 nights or so. But what impressed me was the fact that he brought in a pen and a notebook. So I knew he was ready to take notes during this session. So then we listened to this young man's story, and he was in so much pain. I mean, it is unbelievable. He was in so much pain, and what hurt was not just the amount of pain that he was going through. What hurt was the duration of the pain. I mean, this guy has been through hell for a period of several years. So much negativity in his life. I mean, and this negativity was coming from his family, his friends, his lifestyle. Everything in his life was negative. And furthermore, the extracurricular activities that he was involved in was because of these negative influences in his life. It was all circumstantial. So anyway, the doctor asked him to talk, and the doctor talked to him for about an hour, gave him some advice, put a smile on his face, and then prescribed him some medication, and he said, come back after 2 weeks. But I'd also like to add another point. What impressed me was the fact that this gentleman came in on his own. No one really pushed him to come in here and ask for help. He came in on his own. This means a couple of things. Number one is that he wanted to improve his life. Number two is that he wanted to lead a productive life. And number three, deep down inside, he knew that this would work. And so, like I said, the doctor talked to him for an hour. He gave him some advice, put a smile on his face, prescribed him some medication, and told him to come back after 2 weeks or so. And then the patient left. 2 weeks later, same patient comes in, but this time it's different. This time, when he walked in through the door, I noticed high energy levels. I noticed that he was well groomed. I noticed he was smiling. And then he came and he told the doctor, Doc, I feel great. And then the doctor said, okay, tell me more about this. And he said, well, the medication's working. And what I noticed is that he had the same notebook, and he had the pen too with him. And he was happy. So he said the medication's working. And I made an entry from our last session from 2 weeks ago. I made an entry every single day. And so he sat down, and unfortunately what the doctor said was, what I want you to do is, I'm going to put you on medication for the next 2 weeks, and I want you to come back after 2 weeks, and then we'll talk from there. But this young man actually wanted to discuss what he wrote down in the journal, but he never got a chance to do that. And that moment was the most horrifying moment for me, and it'll stick to me for the rest of my life. Because what I saw at that moment was the change in this young man's behavior. Because everything changed. He was staring at both of us, number one, and then he broke down in tears. I saw his hope, his ambitions, his expectations, his trust, everything shattered. And I knew for a fact he wasn't coming. My assumption was confirmed when he walked out of that room. When he walked out of that room, he threw his journal in the trash can. Like I mentioned earlier, my name is Dr. Ahmed, and I am studying to become a licensed psychiatrist. But in the meanwhile, I'm working as a life coach. So what is a life coach? A life coach is basically a person who sets goals and achieves them. He's a person who helps people set goals and achieve them. What you have to realize is that these are two different elements. Setting goals is one element, and then achieving these goals is another element. So for example, I have clients who come in with a blank mind. I mean, they know the program works, so they come here with a blank mind. I mean, they don't know what to do. They just know the program works, and they want to lead productive lives. They don't want to waste their life. So for these clients, what I do is I work on the first element. So we try to figure out the big picture in life, what they want from life. We try to set goals. There are other clients who come in here who have goals already in mind. It's just that they can't achieve them because they have all these other factors that they're dealing with in their lives, negative factors and whatnot. So for these clients, I work on the second element, which is learning how to achieve those goals. The goals are already set. It's just how do we get there? And my method is one session at a time, one step at a time, meaning 1 week at a time. So if you do it 1 week at a time, you have something to look forward to the following week. That's the basic method. Some clients want to do 2 to 3 sessions a week, which is fine, whatever works for them, but I prefer 1 session a week. Now, I don't want to get into the details of my program because everything you need to know is pretty much here on the website. You can read the material. That's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to help you understand that you can achieve anything you want. The purpose of this video is to help you understand that you can achieve anything you want. Now, at this point, I want you to do me a favor. Put this video on pause and just start surfing the net and look at all these people who are making promises to change your life, to making promises to make you more happy, or to make you more successful in life and whatnot, and listen to them carefully. Listen to them carefully, read what's on the website carefully, and look at their behavior. And look at the videos carefully too, because I've already done this, and I'll tell you exactly what you'll find for the most part. Now, for the most part, you'll find that most of these people are sitting down and they're talking very passively. Number two, you'll find a lot of greenery and plants and trees in the background. You'll find they'll show you the ocean, they'll show you the sea, they'll show you the sun setting, they'll show you birds chirping and birds flying, and don't be surprised if you hear this soft music in the background with poetry being recited. And the person who's talking, he might have a monotonous voice, and he'll be telling you about how happy life is, how beautiful it is, and how you can be happy too if you join the program. And of course, in the end, they get right down to business and they tell you the cost of the sessions. And each session is no less than $100 to $300 per session. What these people fail to tell you is that life is not all that happy and beautiful to begin with. The ugly truth about life is that you have to go through hell to make it to heaven. You have to have some amount of wear and tear in life in order for you to succeed. That is the ugly truth about life. That's a fact. And if no one's telling you, I'm telling you. So the ugly truth about life is that you have to go through hell to make it to heaven. You have to have some sort of wear and tear in life in order for you to succeed. Now, don't get me wrong. There probably are people out there that have a passion for helping others to succeed in life, that like to help others succeed in life. But unfortunately, I haven't come across such people. And I figured if they're not going to do it, I will. And the beauty about my program is that although I am a life coach, I have a strong medical background. I have a strong understanding of how the human body works. I have a strong understanding of how the human mind works. And in this program, I will introduce you to a positive world. I'll introduce you to positive people who are achieving goals on a weekly basis. And I feed these people with plenty of positivity every week. Every week, I analyze their performance. Every week, I encourage their success, their progress. And every week, I help them overcome their failures. We take it one step at a time, 1 week at a time, and this works. This program gives you results. That's the beauty of it. Now, the name of my company is ULS Coaching. The name of my website, as you probably know, is www.ultimatelifestrategy.com. The motto, which I teach, preach, and practice, is one life, one mind, one shot. What does this mean? One life, you only live once. One mind, you only get one mind to utilize to live that life. One shot, You only get one shot at life. Now, after watching this video, and this is the last thing I want to mention, after watching this video, from this point on, you have no reason to make any excuses, to complain, to whine, to point fingers at anyone, or to blame anyone. You have no reason to make excuses for life or about life. You have no reason to complain about life, because help is just a mouse click away. It doesn't get any easier than this. Remember, one life, one mind, one shot. My name is Dr. Ahmed, and I hope to hear from you very soon. Until then, stay positive.